Yo, what's up, Isaac boys? So I just wanted to explain that. Well, me and Thomas wanted to explain the math on the last corpse run, just so we don't get any like comments about it, being like, "How did you even calculate this?" There are a couple liberties that we take in this, and I'll get to those when we get to those. But because there's no actual formula for calculation, it's literally just off of speculation. But we made our own little mathematical thing about it, so and it seems pretty accurate. I mean, it took a lot of work. We didn't try to. We put it in the game's favor. Not in our favor. At least I put it in the game's favor, so the number wouldn't be that skewed. Anyways, so to get down to the math, the chance of you look at that pen on me. Sorry, the chance of us getting that a curse on the corpse floor. GG. The chance of getting a curse is a half every floor 50-50 on hard mode. The chance of that curse being the XL is a 1 in 6, which makes that odds a 1 in 12. Now the respawn from Guppy's collar, that is also 50% chance. So we're at 1 in 24 right now. Now here's where we get to the more like nitty gritty of it. Olive oil, thank you. We have the the beggar has 3 skulls. So you choosing the right skull is a 1 in 3 chance. Um, Now it has 5 different drops it can give you: bombs, keys, hearts, scutole. Oh, bomb, key, heart, scutole, and what was the other one? I have it written down. Hold on. We're unprepared. This is off the cuff, so it doesn't really matter. It's written down on one of these. Coins, bomb, keys, hearts, scutole. That's the 5. And if you want to count the fly, it could be 6. We wanted to put it in the game's favor again to make the number less skewed, so it's a 1 in 5. Which makes a 1 in 15, and we also have our other 1 in 24. I don't know what that number is combined, but just bear with me. So, here comes where this part of the speculation comes in. So the sacrifice room spawning was a 9,725 out of 10,000, which is about like a 9 in what? 9 in 100? Sorry, 9 in no, 9 in 10? 9 in 10. Yeah, because it was a 97% chance. So the chance of a sacrifice room spawning varies on your consumables and heart amount. So saying that you can have a max heart of 24, it counts the half hearts, right? Um and having a max of 198 consumables, bombs and coins, or bombs and keys. Because what happens with sacrifice rooms is if they don't spawn on a floor, there's a chance for a either double bomb or double key room to take its place. And the higher your keys and bombs count, the higher the other room will spawn. So for us looking at just sacrifice room versus anything else, we can narrow it down to 2 choices, right? Because the bomb and key room do the same thing for us. Um, so out of 198 consumables total and 0 hearts, there's a 0% chance of us getting a sacrifice room. If you're following. 24 hearts, 0 consumables, is a 100% chance of getting a sacrifice room, if the floor is permitting. So with knowing that logic and taking 198 as our kind of total right there, consumables have a weight of 1, so every 1 consumable adds up to be 198, while the hearts having a total of 24 is an 8.25 weight. So that's saying you have 24 hearts, max hearts, you have 198, which is your 100% for this formula. So in the run, we had a 26 consumable and a 15 hearts. So in hearts, our weight was 123, which is extremely high compared to our consumables, which is only 26. So we had 123 weight in our favor and 26 weight against it, which gives us a 97.25% chance. So a very, very high percent chance to get a sacrifice room, but it's still a variable, so we have to include it in the formula here. And for the actual sacrifice room drops, the first soul we need to remember this was down to the last heart. There were no more hearts on the floor. We got down to the very last heart we could have gotten. So every heart here mattered. So the soul heart number 1 on the sacrifice room, which I believe was like place 6, had a 2/3 chance of dropping. So pretty good in our favor. 6-7%. Not bad. Not bad. Number 2, however, had a half, like a 50% chance of dropping those like 8 spirit hearts. So we needed to win the run. So we were down to like 3 hearts by the end. So it was very important we had all of those. So that right there is a 1 in 6. And now comes the pileup. The pileup is those little rocks in the womb that can drop hearts and other things. There is no, at least from what I could find in my research, there is no direct chance of a pileup dropping anything. There's no like number. No one knows what the number is. So giving the game a lot of favor here, because usually it doesn't drop at a 0.5% or like a 50%. I said, let's say when you bomb a rock, one of those rocks, there's a 50-50 of it dropping or doing something, which is very heavily weighted in the game's favor, mind you. And because it can drop Harlequin baby, placenta, umbilical cord, it can drop hearts, it can break into a bunch of tears, and it can drop blood clot. So that's 6 total options there of it dropping. If it drops 50% of the time, it's a 1 in 6 or another 1 in 12 for it to drop. I hope you're following so far. If our math is wrong, by the way, let us know in the comments, because we're both Not this. Well, Thomas is smarter than I am with math. I am just completely lost in half of this stuff. But there's the olive oil for you guys. Classic. So moving on to the last part of the equation was the arcade. The arcade played a huge role in us getting the hearts because of the beggar and the blood bank and the slots machine. Now, technically, our number would be even smaller if we calculated every drop we got of hearts, but because it's gonna all be a chance anyways, every time we play the run over again, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it at the 1/3 and 1/15. So going into the arcade, both the slot machine and the shell machine separately have a 5 out of 10 chance of, well, a little over half a chance of spawning in the arcade. So that's pretty standard stuff right there. So getting both of them would be like a quarter, just about a little over. Now we gotta, if you look at the run and you watch our hearts, we used a lot of our hearts and gave them away to the blood bank, which I thought was a good play at the time because we could have gotten blood bag, and it would have been a great play for us. It's a full heal. But the last heart we used to sacrifice, we got 2 half hearts from the beggar, which would be our 1/3, 1/5, and from the slot machine we got a double heart, which only counted for 1 heart because we only had 1 container. But we got that heart not from playing the slot machine, but from blowing it up. So when you blow up a slot machine, there's a 78 out of 100 chance of 2 to 3 groupings of drops being dropped. So that groupings being a couple coins, couple bombs, couple keys, couple hearts. So it has to be a minimum of 2, or you're going to either get 0 or you're going to get 2 to 3. There's a 20 out of 100 for it to be hearts. But if you notice, we were holding the trinket Child's Heart, which boosts that percentage up to 50. But if you watch the run, and it's to drop an extra heart, by the way, it's not just making your chance of getting a heart higher, it drops an extra heart. But if you look in the run, we got the bare minimum of drops. We got 2 groupings. You can't only get 1, you can get 2 to 3 or 0, which means we missed that 50-50 with the Child's Heart and had to rely on the 20%, which comes out to a 1 in 10. So missing that 50, and you can see we missed the 50 because I believe we got either bombs or keys and then the heart. And that was an extra heart, which means we only got 1 key dropped. So we didn't get the extra heart, we got the natural drop from the machine, not the Child's Heart play. Which means that was a 1 in 10. Now, if you combine all these fractions, all these percentages, I don't know if Child's going to say this number because I really forget how numbers work. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. But essentially, what is that? Hundreds, millions, billions? No.
8,450,237,139 over 8,640,000,000,000 quadrillion.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of a hard number to visualize because there's a lot of just weird shit going on in it. But making that a percentage, I forgot the decimal point. Oops, whatever. It is a 0.000009780367006% chance.
Billion, quadrillion.
Yeah.
I was off.
Off, whatever. But if you want to round that up just to give the game even its third round a favor, it would be a 0.000001% chance of that corpse floor happening. That's why it's called luckiest corpse run ever, because you'd be hard pressed to find a run in Repentance so far that has had that kind of luck on it. And this only, by the way, this isn't even the whole run. This is just that floor. You got it.
1 million. 1 in a million. Basically.
But I mean, this is not even the whole run. This is just the floor. Like, this is just the floor of it happening. And if you're wondering what we needed to include, we didn't include like the chance of an arcade spawning. It's because arcades will only spawn on even numbered floors, and the chance is boosted by you having 5 or more coins. However, if you're on an XL floor with 5 or more coins, I believe it is a guaranteed percent chance. Like, it's 100% it's going to spawn. But anyways, yeah, that's just the math for the video that I wanted to put out there in case it could be completely off. And if it is off and you know numbers that we don't know about, like pileups and stuff, let us know. But you got to remember, too, that the pileups right here in the bottom is heavily favored to the game's favor. And the sacrificial root, the sac room spawn, this is just our formula for it. There is no guaranteed. No one knows how the formula works for spawning them, and obviously it's based off a seed basis, so it could be something in the seed. However, this is just kind of like, there were 2 different websites that I saw that were like, okay, well, sacrifice rooms have a higher chance of spawning the more HP you have, and double key or double bomb doors have this chance of spawning higher if you have more bombs or keys. So taking that information, we made a weight, we made our own formula for weight and everything. So if it's wrong, it'll suck. But this is probably the closest formula we'll ever have to having a sacrifice room spawner ever in Isaac. It's probably the closest we'll ever get to having one, until someone reads the game files. But we're hitting that 10-minute mark now, so I can stop, talking on. But yeah, if you haven't seen the run, you can skip right to the end of it if you want. But it is probably the biggest clutch I've had in Isaac in a long ass time. On video, 100%. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Any parting words, Thomas?
Green burgers kill people.
Green burgers kill people. Remember that. It's your word of advice. But anyway, see you guys later.